Okay, so we are on here and I am putting my hair up so that I don't shock you all. We are talking about masculine women in America. And we're not going to just say what type of women because everybody already knows the answer. We're talking about our women. And one of the last times that I publicly spoke on a video about the loss of femininity of our women was 2014. So we are several years later, and we want to discuss what is new in the declining world of femininity amongst our women. What is new? Because in 2014, so many people were mad that I said that our women have lost their femininity. And I was not very specific in 2014, but I wanted everybody to clearly get the message that we are referring to our ladies because our ladies are who we are concerned about. Okay? So I'm on here with Mrs. Anderson. We are talking about the issues today, right, Mrs. Anderson?
Yes, we definitely are.
And we have our lovely living room background. Now, Mrs. Anderson, we cannot currently see your face, but we can hear your voice. So whenever you're
Okay.
ready, if you're ready at all, just feel free. But I started already to talk to everybody about how the last time we talked about this subject, it was 2014 on YouTube. I mean, talked about it publicly and on a video. The decline of the
Okay.
femininity of our women. And
Mm-hmm.
since 2014, it has gotten worse. We didn't
Yes.
think, yeah, we didn't even think it could get worse, right?
No, not to the extent that it is today.
So when you look back at 2014, 2015, what would you say was the state of the femininity of our ladies versus now?
I think that the state of femininity was it was an unknown state where they didn't know that they had the option to be feminine, right? It was a level of a newfound territory, and I was like, oh, you opened this gate for me. I didn't even know that this was a possibility. I thought I only had one thing. Versus now, they know that they have the ability to choose femininity, and that there's a difference between being a feminine woman and being a masculine woman. And
Mm-hmm.
it has morphed into this decision to choose this behavior because of uh, known what's known as comfortable, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's known as comfortable, but also there is a new thing, which is a blatant rejection of trying to please men. That
Yes.
happened, I think that started in 2019. So we're updating everybody on how the femininity of Black women actually went down since
Mm-hmm.
2014. So it's 7 years later. This is the 7 year anniversary of the decline update of Black femininity.
Right.
And so it used to be that women were like, don't say that we're masculine. Now they're like, I'm masculine. I love
Right.
it. And I don't even like male men. Okay. Now they're like
Mm.
that. I'm not
Did
trying
the
to please no man. As a matter of fact, I'm going to find clothing and apparel and bonnets and crazy nails that men actually hate so they can get the message that I ain't doing nothing for them.
mm-hmm.
It has turned into that, a new level, which we didn't predict.
Yeah. It They're choosing
Yeah.
accessories that are the opposite of what is pleasing. And men are visual. So if you're wearing eyelashes, like your natural eyelashes are now touching your eyebrows, which just doesn't naturally happen.
Yeah.
This started with this car thing. Did you know that they were putting eyelashes on the front of
Yeah.
their car?
I think
Then
I
they
saw
went
the
and put
card thing. Yeah.
then they went and put those same length eyelashes on their face. I was like,
So you know what though? Let me tell you what. This is interesting, really hilarious because when you think about it, women are actually doing things that are so much worse with the femininity. But there are a couple of things that um, did not change. There are a couple of things. And one of those really disappointing things for me as a teacher who is not a femininity teacher. See, here's the misunderstanding that a lot of people get about us. We're not femininity teachers. We're the people who teach about generational success and what place femininity has within it. But you'll get a lot of people who call themselves femininity teachers, and they stop right there with appearance.
mm-hmm.
They're trying to teach women how to pose, how to choose wigs, even
Mm-hmm.
how to try to embrace. I think one of the things that happened during the time frame where we focused on the so much the lack of femininity in our community that people started trying to ramp it up, but they did it with all of these false things that
Right.
don't look feminine. They just look like males who are trying to dress up like a woman, if that makes any sense.
Mm. Well, yes, it makes a lot of sense because now you can't even tell the difference between the two, and
Right.
that's who's being tricked in this world, because they are literally trying to
Yeah.
make sure that you can't tell the difference, and you have natural abilities that stand out, which will say, I am a natural born
Right.
woman.
Right. Right. Okay, I need to get a charger. I'll be right back. Can you entertain the people while I'm gone?
I can try. Charger hunt. Okay. But yeah, so there's definitely different things that we need to take into account. We talked about the nail, where we went to the different extremes, and we said, men don't like the pointy claw nails. And women said, I can do whatever I want. And now you don't understand that this has caused you to only attract males, not men, because the men are avoiding you. The men are not spending any time around this image where they look like they can be clawed and attacked. They're not
The
having it.
men like actual femininity, and actual femininity is going to give an appearance. Let me check this. It's going to give an appearance of being nurturing. So you cannot expect that men are going to think that long nails that can attack people, they're not going to look at that visual and say, oh, definitely nurturing. They're not.
She's soft, she's nice, she's sweet. Nuh-uh.
No, they're not. They're going to think, I don't want that thing, that image, to try to read a bedtime story to my child,
Mm-hmm.
or to try to soothe me or bring me comfort or to give me encouragement. Those nails are the opposite of actually femininity. They
Mm-hmm.
are. It doesn't matter how much people think that symbolizes girl stuff. It doesn't.
It
Those,
symbolizes a waste of money, which is probably for students to understand. Like, probably one of my biggest pet peeves is financial disrespect.
yeah.
Those fake nails um, is just the epitome of financial disrespect. You're just
Yeah.
showing right off the bat that you're wasting 60 to whatever $200 a
Right.
week, a month, or however much you spend on something that doesn't even look good. It doesn't
Uh-huh.
even look good, and it's super unclean, which means that you are not in any ounce of femininity because you're
That needs to
dirty.
be right. This part right here needs to be understood clearly. Everybody needs to understand when you are wearing fake nails, you're telling the entire world that you're not nurturing because you can't be soft with your touch to people because you'll scratch them. You're telling the entire world that you're not clean because even if you can keep a couple of items clean, baby, your whole house can't be clean with those giant nails on. Even cleaning your whole house very well will start breaking the nails, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you go
Mm-hmm.
to one of the cleanest places on earth, Japan, and you're sitting on the train system in Japan, and you see the women holding their hands up, holding onto the bar in order to balance themselves or getting up to sit down, you notice that everybody has short nails that are not painted. Why? Because they clean up every day. When
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Anderson, do you remember when I did the cleaning video, the first one where I did the dishes really quickly and I did the floor?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many people said they can't be that clean? She did them too quickly. First of all, I'm meticulous. They are clean.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, my dishes don't stay there for hours like other people's.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing got dry on the dishes.
Right.
Cleanliness in
And
our right.
the hot water factor.
Yeah, because
Women are so insensitive to washing dishes because they use a dishwasher. They don't understand that we who wash dishes with our hands have a high tolerance for hot water. So when
and
they were making the comments, I was like, that's because you can't actually touch hot enough water to clean your dishes. But we clean
thank
our dishes.
you. Thank you. This water is super hot, and hot water makes that stuff go fast. The other thing is, I am going to press and touch all over the dishes, all around, and make sure I don't feel one little tiny thing. Then I'm going to inspect. Then I'm going to do another thing while I'm drying it. And I'm that fast because I'm that good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but also the dishes are not dry. The food is not drying on the dishes. They didn't have a chance because I'm cleaning up all day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cleaning up is not some infrequent thing around here. I'm a housewife, and how that looks is much different from a woman who calls herself a wife, but she's a part-time wife because she's somebody else's wife at a job. That looks much different. That's a much different lifestyle. Everything in here functions according to a housewife schedule.
It's beautiful.
Okay. All right. It's called domestic time management. And we have a course for that. It is extremely extensive. The other thing is, um, when we look at a lot of women, they don't know how to clean anything. There are a lot of men talk about women can't cook, but these same, okay, males, they say women can't cook. But you know what? This is hilarious because the males in America don't even mostly notice that the women can't clean either. Have you noticed that?
Yes. Yes.
It's like not
They.
even because their mama was dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was what?
Working.
Working.
Mm-hmm.
No, you all. Your house is supposed to be clean. Every single part of your stove is supposed to be clean. Every inside of your cabinet is supposed to be clean. Every single glass is supposed to be sparkling. Every single vase is supposed to be sparkling. Okay? That's called the housewife life. And it is for us too. You see all these music videos and all these Lifetime shows talking about them man in the house making me clean and cook like I'm his maid. Don't you live there too?
Mm.
You don't live there? Your children don't live there? That's insanity.
They're mad that they have to do their house duties because they do live there, and they understand it's not balanced or fair that they're doing stuff outside of the house, but they are confused that
Yeah.
that's their choice to do stuff outside of the house. That's your
Right. Right. You got to be
listen.
kidding me.
At no point in time should women have in their mind that they can do everything that a man can do, because men understand very clearly that they can't do everything a woman can do. So while you're out
Mhm.
there trying to do everything that they can do, and they understand that they will never be able to give birth to children, you look like a crazy person.
You look like a crazy person. And let's not forget the females that are so far removed from their femininity that they actually get pregnant and then have a baby with a male who doesn't even think that they're important enough or good enough to be a wife. That is called risking your life. So many
Mm-hmm.
black women in America die at childbirth because they're willing to risk their life. Just because you can't feel it because you're having an epidural does not mean that a lot of things are not happening. Every single time a woman gives birth, she's risking her life. So why
Mm-hmm.
would you do that for a male who has not decided to risk his life for you, also known as a husband?
Yes.
The reason to me that women are doing this is because they're removed from their femininity. If they were
Mm-hmm.
truly nurturing, which is femininity, if they were truly nurturing, they would want so much for their child that they would be unwilling to have a baby without a really committed legal father. If they were truly nurturing, I'm not here to insult anybody. I'm here to help the ladies, even the ladies who already had a baby outside of wedlock, to know yourself and to improve yourself and to find a really beautiful place to live and be for the rest of your life. You need to admit that you didn't care so much about your child's future that you didn't plan it
Mm-hmm.
so that your child had everything needed. Most people have that baby because they want to feel loved, which is sad. A baby can't even love you right. A baby is going to be kicking you, screaming, puking, throwing, and pulling on your boobs. And then when they turn two, they're going to step on your head, okay? And they're not going to say thank you for all the stuff that you do for them. And nobody's going to stop them. No, the husband is supposed to stop them, okay? So imagine you did all of that stuff for a baby to love you, and then the baby just treats you like a slave, which they should. That's their nature. What?
Well, I wish that our women understood this, but I have seen in various postings where they said, "How do I get a 1-year-old to stop crying?" I'm like, wait, whoa, 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 whoa! You are out
Because
of
he
touch
need a
with
daddy.
reality. How do I get a 1-year-old to sit down? Like, wait, what?
They're not going to
How do
listen to
I?
you because you need a daddy. First of all, here goes the thing. They won, so they can't do a bunch of stuff. What you need is a husband that's supposed to balance your lifestyle. Nature was never intended for a woman to be alone with a baby. Never. Even if you're there with generations of women, every single one of those generations of women in nature is intended to have her own husband.
Mm-hmm.
Have a husband has two arms to save you. That's what he has his arms for. And you have two arms to hold two babies while he's saving you. What? How you don't know
So,
that?
right.
That's what it's for. And then people argue with us in nature. Argue with us about this being the nature, but go look at real nature.
Mm-hmm.
You can see in the animal kingdom, the male animal, he is even devoted to one woman very often. One female lion, one female penguin, one female whatever. And then goes around acting nuts to protect the woman. Because a lot of black women think that the protection of a husband is for the children. They're all confused.
Mm.
They're all confused. So this is fascinating because really, the protection is for the children, but it's directly for the wife.
Right. It's an umbrella. And so if you don't
Right.
have a piece that's missing, there's somebody who's unprotected. And quite often it is the woman who is left unprotected. Um, in our
Right.
parenting group, I saw a post that happened by Rolling Stone. And I thought it was recent, but apparently it happened. It was released on Father's Day last year, which was probably the most disrespectful
Right.
day to release this cover, that had a depiction of a Black woman and a child going up some stairs, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
asked the students in the group, what all did they see? And most couldn't see past the direct imagery of the woman and a child on the stairs and ignored all of the things in the background. But when you're in
Right.
tune with your femininity, you don't ignore the small details. That's how you're able to see what's going on. That's where your intuition is developed, because you can see the bigger picture,
Right.
and it had just all kinds of different imagery. And then when I pointed it out, people were like, oh, I saw that, and I saw that, and I saw that.
But most
We
people
did
can't see
notice that
anything
none of the
because
women had on skirts. Did you notice that none of the women had any masculine protection? Did you notice that the only
right.
affection shown was not between a man and a woman in the entire photo? Did you did you notice that the only male standing up proud in a photo that's supposed to be about Black people was not a Black person?
And
Did you
most
notice
people
all
do
these?
not see any of those obvious things sitting right there in that picture because the TV has taught them what they should be seeing, how they should process a picture. You all do not understand how deep the TV is. It's the TV that took away your femininity. You want to blame the Black man, the white man, the slavery, and all of this stuff. But in the end, in the
Mm-hmm.
past few decades, it's the TV who took the femininity. It's the TV who convinces us that we don't need a man, children are now kids, all of the, we wore bonnets this whole time. We didn't wear bonnets this whole
Who's
time.
is real?
Huh?
Things that have the TV convinces people that the things that they have not seen, witnessed, smelled, touched with their own eyes, ears are real.
Yeah. People think that they have experienced things after they saw it on TV. And it is so strange to hear an adult person tell me, yeah, because I saw it on the Discovery Channel. You're an adult. You're supposed to not believe in fairies and leprechauns. The Discovery Channel is a leprechaun. It's not, you didn't see it. You saw a video.
Mm-hmm.
And a video is not real proof of anything. The only thing that's real proof to an adult is seeing something with your real eyes in person. You even still then need to verify because that is how adults operate. But in America, a lot of people who call themselves adults react like children when they see things on a video. The
Mm-hmm.
video is real, this is real. And guess where this comes from? More removal of femininity, more matriarchy.
The twisting of
Because
words.
twisting things around, believing things that you, believing rumors. Okay, because let's be clear here. TV is a rumor. TV is only a rumor. Nobody said it was real. It's just somebody told you that. That's a rumor. That's called hearsay. In a legal court, that's called hearsay. It is not real. Okay? So it is really sad to see adult people say, yeah, because on TV, I saw this on this movie, on this documentary. You're supposed to be an adult. You should be embarrassed to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Adults do not believe in leprechauns and fairies. The moment somebody tells me they saw something on TV, I'm like, okay, all right, you saw it on TV. Okay? But that is not acceptable. So, no. And I blame religion. I am not afraid to say in 2020 that we are not religious. And this religious stuff is why grown adults believe in leprechauns and fairies. Okay? Unicorns are not real. And not leprechauns and not fairies either. Okay? So if you're teaching that to your children, you're causing them to be underdeveloped. You have to stop that. And really, truly, this still goes back to being a woman whose femininity is lost, raising children without a husband, a masculine husband, teaching children rumors instead of reality, okay, twisting things around that they saw and saying, I saw it. No, you didn't.
And
Okay. We can believe that the video of George Floyd was a real video because there were real people there telling us what they saw. Okay. We even do not have 100% proof that it was real. You don't. In reality, the whole thing could have been a movie. Really. To the
true.
people who were there, they will argue, and rightfully so, it was not a movie, I was there. But everybody else needs to stop. Be an adult. We do not believe in leprechauns and fairies. Yes, if George Floyd was there and anybody else whose name we may not know, rightfully so, they were harassed by the police. That is real. And you know how I know it was real, Mrs. Anderson?
Because you've experienced it yourself.
I saw it in real life. And I'm not going to tell you all that I saw police brutality just because of something that I saw on a video. That's irresponsible. That's not adult. This goes back to more women losing their femininity, not understanding that your feminine instinct, your femininity, and all these things are supposed to be rooted in patriarchy, not assuming things, not trying to make people believe in rumors and words and hearsay. We're supposed to believe in things that are real and logical. That's how we do when we get our femininity back. And one of the main ways to get your femininity back is to let go of masculine things and to let the masculine men around you operate in all of the masculine space so that you don't. That's how.
Yeah. I remember that you did a video. I watched it recently again, but I remember when I first watched it. Do you remember when you were at the airport and you did a video about
Mm-hmm.
women not wearing skirts? We looked around and said, why aren't women wearing skirts and dresses anymore? And I would say that now in 2021, it has gotten even worse. Some have started wearing skirts and dresses, but then they forgot that they needed a bra and non-stretchy material.
Mm-hmm.
So it went from like one extreme to the other. But still, most people are not choosing to, you know, wear a skirt or a dress or to be the graceful representative of their family. And here's the kicker: when we post images of women who are gracefully representing their family, there are other women who say, wow, she looks so pretty. How did she do that? It's really easy. Have a minimalist capsule wardrobe. You don't need
Yeah.
all this stuff. Have a few key items and rotate. You
Right.
will look great
Right.
and represent your family well. Yes, the
Uh-huh.
yoga pants. Oh my gosh. You're showing your entire body. You have no, you know, discretion about who is seeing what.
Yeah.
But you're going to tell
It
us that you're
is.
covered up, but you're not covered because we can still see everything.
And modesty. Oh my goodness. The lack of modesty. The lack of modesty that has gone away with the femininity. The modesty and the femininity is gone with the wind.
Yeah.
People, it used to be just an atrocity to see people show their butt shape. Now people are showing the shapes of other things in the front part of their body too.
Mm-hmm.
They want to show the shapes of their nipples. They want to show every single shape. And guess what?
They want to
Then
show
it
everything
is,
except for
and
the face.
right. Where's the
And
shape of your brain, madame, Mrs.? Where's the shape of your mind? Where's your integrity? Where's your loyalty? Where's your nurturing? Because you cannot nurture your family with camel toes. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No. What you're doing is causing predators to be attracted to your family while you're claiming that you care about them.
mm-hmm.
Okay? Teletubbies suits. That's right. Somebody said. Nobody don't want to see all that. And then There's this new thing where people are showing the top part of their actual pubic area. Y'all want attention that bad? And where's your daddy? And where's your uncle and your boy cousins? You're not worried that your father or your uncle or your cousins or your brother is going to see these pictures of you showing the top of your vagina? What's going on here? I don't actually get that. I can see it going through somebody's mind like maybe this is a good idea. But when they get to the step where they imagine their family members looking at them, I don't think it stopped. I don't
Yeah,
get
sure.
it.
I just realized that my camera was the wrong direction.
No, it was good, I think.
Oh.
People don't want to have anything left to the imagination. And men have been telling us for decades, women don't show it all. You need to leave something for the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
No, women don't want to think, they don't understand that. They want to have wide open legs, figuratively and in reality. It is so unattractive to be a woman who lets it all hang out. You're no longer beautiful. Your beauty is in your mystique.
Mm-hmm.
Duh. Your beauty is also in your mystique. The fact that you don't show everything is part of the beauty. Almost half of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do people not understand how many men fantasize about Muslim women who only show their eyes? They do. They're literally going, I wonder what she looks like under there. Literally.
Yeah.
They told me that that's what they do. So if they're doing that for the women who wearing a completely covered up burqa, excuse me, they're desiring the woman who's completely covered. Only her eyes are showing. And you think that you can be desired by showing everything? No. Because men are protective. They only want a woman to protect if she looks protectable. And everybody else around them is going to be unprotected. If you keep showing all of the shapes and lines and crevices, you're going to be unprotected. Is it worth it for some attention? Do you want creeps and predators following you in parking lots because you wanted attention? What is going on here? No. Learn about femininity. It does not matter if it's 2085. It doesn't matter if it's year 4000. It's still going to be the same thing. It doesn't matter if there's one woman left and one man left. It's still going to be the same thing. You need something? Okay. Ife wants to give me something. Maisie.
Hey. Yeah, so I mean, it's the I lost my train of thought for a moment.
Oh. No, we were talking about how people do think that femininity and the gender roles expire. They actually think that. Why do they think that?
I was thinking about the fact that now in 2021, after the year, after the year that we went through with 2019, 2020, that women would understand how much they need men, and that the fertility, the doing things that are the opposite of building family generational success is not going to work going forward, and that your life is fragile, and so I imagine the women who are having children out of wedlock during now because they got pregnant during the year of COVID and they're not married. I'm like, wait a minute, you not only risked your life during the pregnancy and then the giving birth part, but you actually was hugged up, kissed up, loved up with somebody who could have given you COVID on top of that. So I don't really understand how in this particular year you have lacked so much femininity that you couldn't manage to get married in the year of COVID if you wanted to get married.
They don't know how to get married. Okay, here's the thing. It takes a little skill to know how to choose to get married. And that skill is requiring that you have some femininity. But I want to say something about your COVID point, because even if you get COVID and you probably could survive, in that beginning part, you could die just by going to the hospital. That
Mhm.
part. So think about that. People were risking their actual lives, because if you go to the hospital and they give you too much oxygen, remember that part in the beginning? People were dying just from
Yeah.
like getting too much oxygen and stuff. I'm like, people are risking their life for some loser they don't even know and getting some of this oxygen that's gonna like suffocate.
Yeah, it was really, it was bad time.
Right, right, right.
I'm,
Somebody
I'm
said, I
really
love
shocked.
my.
In the beginning of 2021, I'm seeing these new birth announcements. What there was no wedding announcements. I'm really completely shocked because more than 9 months have surpassed. Like we got to be good at math, y'all. We got to be
I
good at
don't
math.
want to see one baby announcement without a husband. Okay? You can love your baby. Do it. Feel free. But I do not want to be the teacher that participates in more illegitimate children being lost. Who would I be helping like that? Then your children have to show up to wife school, spend $30,000 because you didn't want to act right. All you need to do is understand that you have the ability to
Mm-hmm.
get yourself right. We have created so many resources, so many courses. Wife school is 57 courses. If you want to go to wife school, you just send an email to blackwealthyou.com. You just commit to it. Don't worry about the money. You'll figure it out. Everybody does. It's not that big of a deal. And you can get a scholarship. We don't say
Yes.
this enough, but people can get a scholarship. This is really getting out of control. It needs to be clear. You're not going to make it. You are not going to make it without wife school. Wife school is like the driver's license for being a woman in America now. You're not going to make it. I know that people want to think, oh, well, what did we do before? You were failing before
Mm-hmm.
wife school. You were failing miserably. And since then, it has gotten worse. Wife school opens up your brain so that you now live in reality. That's what it does. And it gives you incredible tools to not only find your femininity, not only to polish your femininity, and not only to get married, but to keep generational success for generations with money.
Yes.
Who,
So you can
whose
teach
parents?
your children
Whose
when you
parents
weren't.
giving them that? Right. You teach your children with that investment. Whose parents are giving you that? Because most of these parents have children going to college, creating a bunch of debt. They do not help them buy a home. They do not give them money when they get married so that they don't have to work. They're just totally dropping the ball on their daughters and their sons. Their sons are feminine and their daughters are
Mm-hmm.
masculine. And a masculine woman marrying a feminine man does not work. They're just going to set
Nope.
each other on fire. They are.
Yes.
So,
It's why their houses are out of control. It's loud. There's door slamming. There's profanity going everywhere. It's
out
dirty. It's out of control.
out of control. So we are not accepting this anymore. We are here to make sure that people understand that we are a specific way to a specific place. And when we say wife school, we're talking about you study, you do well, you get married, you make money, you buy international property, you do that. We show you how to do all the steps. You may not be able to live with us because y'all might be too much. But besides that, we're here for you. I have toddlers coming. I'm gonna have to go down.
Okay.
Okay.
Understood.
Bye.
Bye.